Welcome to this week's Ask GMBN, where we try our super hardest to answer all those questions that you've been sending in via email, all our social media platforms, and in the comments down below. We pick out someone, try and answer them.
Yeah, we do our very, very best, and this week is going to be no different. We're going to start with this one, Blake, from Supros, who says, can you guys do an experiment on the difference between a £2,000 bike and a £300 bike?
That's a very good question.
That is a good idea, isn't it? Because what is the real difference? Like, I mean, obviously you're going to get quality in materials, and the bike's going to be lighter, it's going to be stronger, the technology is going to be far advanced, but
you have premium parts.
Is there much difference in enjoyment? That's actually quite hard to answer, so we should do that video.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? I think I could have quite a lot of fun in a £300 bike.
I think I can have as much fun as well.
Yeah, very interesting idea. Like that a lot. Next question is from Nick Boltfeld, who said, this is for me actually. He says, do I get obsessed with the technology on wheelchairs like I do with mountain biking? A little bit. I'm in the middle of actually developing a brand new wheelchair.
Yeah.
So
it's very special looking.
It is. It's different.
It's very good.
It's different. I'm trying to merge all of the bits I like in mountain biking onto my wheelchair, including a set of pedals. I'd like my feet to be on pedals. I quite like that idea. So yeah, I do. Is the answer to that. Short answer, yes. Jamie M3 says, if you fall between height recommendations on two different sizes of frame, is it better to go for the smaller frame, and what are the pros and cons?
I fall in exactly the same category.
You do.
I do. For what kind of discipline I go for, actually depending on what discipline you want to do. So if it's more of an aggressive downhill sort of thing, I would go for a slightly larger bike. It kind of gives you more stability going downhill. But for me, I like to have the medium frame. It's a little bit shorter. It's a little bit more nimble. I can throw it about a lot more than a longer bike. Yeah, I'm the same thing. I like to be in the middle there, have a lot of options. Yeah. But yeah, you do get your sender's tiny though. My sender's, I've got everything set short.
So yeah, gone with a little one.
I've gone for the tiny one.
For your strange height. And while we're on that subject, let's take a look at this video called Does Size Matter?
So Scott, you're always talking about getting your bike set up perfectly for yourself, like sag and tyre pressure and all those things. Have you ever wondered how much difference it actually makes? I think we should have a race. Put a time in on this downhill track on our own bikes, so we've set up ourselves, swap bikes, I ride yours, you ride mine, see what the time difference is.
Well, I'm always up for a challenge, so I guess, why not?
Let's do it.
James Keesey says, is it best to buy an enduro bike from online, like Canyon or YT or something like that, or is it better to go to a local bike shop? That is a really good question.
Well,
that is a really good question.
Yeah, for me, I love going into a shop. The smell of a mountain bike shop is amazing. Plus, you get to see the bike in the flesh. You get to look at it. You can get to test it. If they have a demo there, you can go and test out that bike. Plus, looking after your local bike shop.
I love a local bike shop. I think if you're talking about the likes of Canyon or YT, you're pretty safe in terms of quality. They're fantastic bikes. That's how they put themselves out there. But there's a lot to be said, even if you have bought a bike from Canyon or YT, it's get to know the people in your local bike shop, because they will be invaluable to you when you're riding. So don't use that as the reason whether you should or shouldn't. You just should get to know your local bike shop. Right, the next one is from James Keesey. Where would you recommend a group of 17-year-old lads to go on a mountain bike holiday?
Wait, did I hear that right?
Wow.
70 or 17?
17.
Oh, 17.
Oh,
right.
God,
Because
trouble.
I would have no clue.
Big trouble.
But okay, so if you're in Europe, go to the Alps.
Yeah.
So Morzine and Leger are great places. You've got so much going on. There's lift access on everything, and it's a great place and it's good fun. But if you're in America, like California, there's a great place to go ride. Mammoth Mountain's brilliant. And you move up into Oregon. There's so many good places.
Because we're here, I'm going to put it out there. The budget would be big, but to come to Whistler for us, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's literally perfect. So I think this is basically what everything's modelled on. So if you can get out to Whistler on a 17-year-old lad's holiday, that would be fun. That would be fun times. Pushkar Madan is asking, he's using a Rock Rider 500 drive chain, 3x8, Recently noticed the chain keeps slipping on him, which is annoying. He's taken it into his local bike shop, but he can't recreate it. So what does he do at that point? That's tricky, isn't it? If you're not really sure what it is.
Well, you could just change out your chain, because that could be one of the main, main issues.
Cassette could be worn.
The cassette could be all worn. Your chain rings could be worn.
Yeah, I think it's time for a new chain, and you need to look after it. Once you've got yourself a new chain, you need to keep it clean and running sweet. And while we're on that subject, let's take a look at our video, how to keep your chain perfectly clean.
Keeping your drivetrain clean is essential to prolong the life of it. Not only that though, it'll make sure that you get crisp shifting every single time. The first thing that you've probably spotted is the fact that my bike is filthy. So before we get into this mechanical, I'm going to take it outside and give it a good wash.
I'm going to keep pushing you today, Blake. Next one is from Stravinsky 960. He's saying, depending on which full suspension bike you've got, will you be able to fit a double or triple chainring on it?
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, no, because you've got all those linkages going on the certain bikes. But on my Scott Genius, I got a little tab area where I can fit a front mech, so I can run a 2x, you know, I can do all of that sort of thing. But you can't necessarily, some of these bikes don't, you know, they come straight up.
You need to look into that one, find out the bike you want, and make sure either go online and research that particular bike, take it into your local bike shop and ask there. But make sure, because you might not be able to. Keanu Rosol says, anyone know how I can make my bike's logo gold, and where can I get some gold parts?
Well, gold parts, if you got some bling coming in your pocket, SRAM Eagle. Have you seen that? It is all gold and bling. That can definitely make your bike all gold. Or just use a spray can and spray your bike gold.
Yeah, you could use a spray can, that would look rad. Most brands do some gold parts.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
there's a lot of companies out there that do like special bespoke parts for stuff.
Yeah, and if you want to change your logo gold, then maybe go to your local sign writer, laser cutter place where you can get some vinyl stickers made.
Exactly.
Just replace them out with gold ones. Could look cool. If you do, send it in so we can have a look. Might make it into the bike vault.
Oh yeah.
Connor Mitchell, I recently crashed and smashed my bike on these rocks.
Oh, that's never good.
Ended up completely bending his chain rings. So he just took the third ring off, the one that was affected. So would you recommend doing that, or just converting it to a 1x? So I guess he's running on a 2x at the moment with a third ring. Yeah. That's fine.
That is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It'll work.
Yeah.
I would recommend, you know,
I think unless
going straight into a 1x would be quite good, but it's quite costly.
Yeah, and it depends what you're running at the back, but 1x does work. But don't feel like just because you've got like a 2x setup at the moment, you know, that's wrong. It's what works for you. If it's working, enjoy it.
Exactly.
There's no rules.
Or swap out that one that's broken and put a new one on.
Put a new one on, get back to 3x. And why don't we take a look at 1x versus 2x, and then maybe it'll help you make a decision.
There you go.
The last few years have seen the emergence of 1x drivetrains. Many riders have ditched their front mech and now rely on just one single chainring and a wide ratio cassette.
But there is still room for that 2x drivetrain. In this video, we're going to take a look at 1x versus 2x.
Quick fire round. Blake, I'm not going to give you much time on this. Fernando Gonzalez, don't you think Blake looks kind of like Bronn from Game of Thrones? Just saying.
No.
I think he does.
He looks old and he looks tired.
Yeah, exactly what he's saying. Vision Gaming, who's actually behind the camera?
It's Jack.
It's Flapjack.
It's Flapjack.
Flapjack. Pip Watkins, has Blake ever been to Southampton Bike Park?
Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Right at the beginning when they started building it.
Nice.
I need to go again.
Joel R says, what are your thoughts on a good single-speed hardtail? Good. Love a single-speed hardtail.
There's a lot of single-speed bikes out there, like dirt jump bikes out there.
Yeah, I love them. I love them. I'm thinking a nice trail bike, though. Not one of them dirt jump bikes. No, I'm thinking a nice trail bike.
Straight for dirt jump.
We've got to keep the speed up. This is quickfire. Mesherall says, can Blake tail whip flap? Of course he can. Yeah. Of course he can. What sort of question's that? Don't be offended. He might not know. Who knows?
You need to get more dirt jump on the channel.
Andrew2646 says, is Neil going to Whistler with the crew? No.
I can't see him anywhere.
We're here. He didn't come. He just wasn't quite ready. He's at home getting well. We're in contact. He's doing all right. I think he's a bit gutted.
He is very gutted.
Next time, dude. Next time.
Next year.
And Fred Decker, why did Neil leave pro downhill racing for enduro? Well, he's not here to answer it, but I think
next step,
he's still rapid. So it wasn't for any choice that he got slow, that's for sure. I think he just wanted to change it up. He really likes the fitness side of things now, doesn't he?
Have you seen
so
him?
He likes really pushing himself. So I think he wanted to move it on. And that's this week's quickfire round. It was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, very.
That was quick.
Hey, quick. I even talk quick. You know?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This week is a Whistler special because that's where we're based at the moment. It's from Jacob Winterburn. It's him riding A-line, hitting this massive step-up jump. Can you give him any pointers, Blake?
Yeah, I know the jump.
I'm going to be riding this later on.
Big jump.
Here we go. Whoa, it's huge.
Okay, there's no
go on. He's going to make it.
Pretty good.
I love the slow-mo. It's great.
Look at that.
Oh,
it's a little bit.
Tiniest bit. Okay, you're picking holes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pick a little hole. These jumps are pretty hard to brake check in. So you always brake checking, thinking, oh, I'm going too fast, Kind of lay off the brakes a little bit and you get a bit more speed on it.
Yeah, I reckon you could have put a bit of scrub in that and just kept it a bit lower and you'd have shot across there. Thanks for watching this week's Ask. Keep your questions coming to ask@gmbn.com. You can use the hashtag askgmbn, and of course you can leave them in the comment section down below for next week's show.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the button right there, the logo, to subscribe. And if you want to see our fellow presenter, Doddy, having a bit of a ride, click here to see if he really can do it. Can he?
He can.
Can he? Click it.
Well, I don't know.
Click it and see.
There's something in there. Right, and if you want to see all the trails that we'll be riding here in Whistler, click down here for Epic Ride. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like.
See you next time.